Hello there gorgeous gamers, and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we've got our review for Akiba's Trip, Hellbound and Debriefed, a modern remake of a PSP classic. It's good, but definitely an acquired taste. Watch on to find out why. The game starts with you half dead in an alleyway after being beaten to a pulp by a shadow soul, the vampires of the game. Just when the vampire is about to finish you off, his sister stops him and you are saved. Well, not really. You're still dying until the sister gives you some of her blood through a kiss. When you finally come around, you find yourself strapped to a chair in a cell, almost completely naked, save for your undies. Your captors reveal that they are part of something called Nero, and they're trying to kill the Shadow Souls. They also share that you are now half Shadow Soul and half human after your little ruckus, and you're given the opportunity to join the fight. Though this isn't really a choice, because if you don't agree, they'll leave you to burn in the sun. Although you don't have a choice in joining the fight or not, the rest of Akiba's Trip is filled with options throughout the countless hours of dialogue. One of the main choices you have is who you wish to side with. Will you stick with Nero? Or will you jump ship and help the Shadow Souls? Or maybe you'll create a team all of your own. These choices will lead to an entirely different dialogue set as well as different endings. I won't tell you which ending I got because that would spoil the surprise. Minus the funny and equally questionable main story, I can't really say that there were many memorable side quests. I did take the time to complete some of them, but mostly they were very samey. The only purpose they served was to earn me some more money, as well as boost the opinion of the faction that gave the quest. The game also has some very odd features. One example is paying my sister to dress in outfits. It felt very wrong to go and buy a cosplay school outfit and then demand my little sister, who looks about 15, to wear it for me. She charged 10,000 yen for this show, so at least the exploitation went both ways. Not that a court of law would see it that way. If you get bored of roaming Akihabara, which is modelled to look exactly as it did back in 2011, then you can waste your yen on some incredibly difficult minigames. Stop by the arcade and try out the money-robbing claw machines, or sit down for a meal, as well as a game of rock, paper, scissors with your waitress at a maid cafe. It was great to take a break from the stressful combat, exploration, and incestual child grooming, and just relax for a while. Akiba's Trip has its own spin on combat, in that it has you tearing the clothing off of your attackers to beat them. Once you master the ancient art of stripping, your enemies will have no chance. Or clothes. Although this sounds ridiculous, it's not ridiculously easy. Combat in Akiba's Trip is something I really struggled with, because your character doesn't lock on to the person you're fighting. This meant I would go to hit someone and miss. A lot. It's also a lot of button mashing to try and get hits in before the enemy does. I was only playing on the casual difficulty, and the game still felt incredibly hard. It almost felt like Dark Souls, but instead of dodging some giant monster, I'm instead trying to rip the skirt off some Japanese idol. My biggest pet peeve was the lack of autosave. The only time you're allowed to save the game is when you're leaving an area, and this got incredibly annoying as I had to remember to save, otherwise all the progress I had made would be gone. There were also some very enraging moments where I would be put up against two incredibly hard bosses with no way to save in between them, and this meant if I died on the second boss, I would have to get there all over again, as well as going through all the dialogue. Other than this, I did enjoy my adventures in Akiba's Trip. The funny weeb humour, including the questionable and sometimes on-the-nose jokes, made experiencing the characters and the environment of Akihabara a time to be remembered. And that is the end of this review. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, show the love, go on down below, drop a comment, like, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to our lovely little channel. Give the bell icon a nudge so that you're notified whenever we've got new stuff. The info box has our social media channels, website links, and our supporters links, where you can support the team if you can. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye bye.